everyone. Today's class we are going to study the third chapter, current electricity. Okay, ಈಗ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಚಾನಲ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಆಯಿತಾ? ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್. ದ ಟೈಮ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ flow of charges in a conductor. Charges in a conductor is nothing but the electric current. The time rate of flow of charges in a conductor is taken as the electric current. It is denoted by capital letter I, that is taken as the ratio of Q divided by T. Okay. And the SI unit of electric current is ampere. SI unit is ampere. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು capital letter A ಇಂದ denote ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Capital letter A is taken as ampere, the denotation for the SI unit of current, that is ampere. Okay, so electric current is a scalar quantity. Electric current is a scalar quantity. Okay, the flow of charges constitutes electric current per area of cross section in the conductor. The time rate of flow of charges in a conductor is taken as electric current. It is denoted by the capital letter I. I is taken as the ratio of Q divided by T. So the SI unit of the current is ampere. It is denoted by capital letter A and it is a scalar quantity. Okay, the current through a conductor is said to be 1 ampere. The current through a conductor is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge flows per second through a conductor. Then the current is said to be 1 ampere through that conductor. Okay, so in examination you will be asked to define 1 ampere, or you will be asked to write whether current is a scalar or a vector quantity. What is the SI unit of electric current? How do you define electric current? What is the mathematical form of electric current? This is how you will be asked to write. Next you are going to study about the electric current in conductors. Electric currents in the conductors. Okay, so in case of the solids, in solid conductors, free electrons are the current carriers. Free electrons are the current carriers. In case of the solid conductors, free electrons are the current carriers. In case of semiconductors, electrons and holes are the current carriers. Okay, in the liquid conductors, positively and negatively charged ions are the current carriers. Charged ions are the current carriers. And the last one, in gaseous conductors, electrons ಮತ್ತೆ positive ions, these will be the current carriers. Okay, in solid conductors, free electrons will be the current carriers. In semiconductors, electrons and holes will be the current carriers. In the liquid conductors, positively and negatively charged ions. And in last one, the gaseous conductors, electrons and positive ions, these will be the current carriers. Okay, next one you are studying about the Ohm's law. before going to Ohm's law, there is one more term you have to study here, that is the current density. Current density is nothing but the electric current per unit area taken normal to the direction of current, taken normal to the direction of current. That is how you define the current density, the electric current per unit area taken normal to the direction of electric current. So the SI unit of this one is, that is the current density, it is ampere per meter square, and it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Okay, this is all about the current density. It is defined as the electric current per unit area taken normal to the direction of current. SI unit of this current density is ampere per meter square, and it is a vector quantity. Okay, after this you are going to study the Ohm's law. Okay, it states that the statement of the Ohm's law, it states that the electric current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference between the ends of the conductor, or I can say across the ends of the conductor, provided the room temperature remains constant. Okay, this is the statement of Ohm's law, and it states that the electric current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor, that is I is directly proportional to V. Okay, this is how you represent the mathematical form of the Ohm's law. We know that I is directly proportional to V, or V is directly proportional to I, and by replacing this proportionality symbol by a constant that is taken as R, where R is nothing but a constant called as resistance. Okay, called as resistance. Right. How do you define this resistance, or the electric resistance? It is represented by capital letter I. Okay, so electric resistance is nothing but the effective opposition to the flow of charges. Opposition offered by the conductor to the flow of charges through that conductor. It is called as the electric resistance. So we can write from this Ohm's law, R is equal to V divided by I, and SI unit of electrical resistance is ohms. It is represented by the symbol ohm. Okay, and the resistance of this conductor, it is said to be 1 ohm. The resistance of the conductor is said to be 1 ohm if 1 volt of potential difference passes through the conductor which has the current flow of 1 ampere, then the resistance is said to be 1 ohm.